Jack Spade back here with you from High Noon Leatherworks for another leather adventure. And today we're going to do the conclusion and part 2 of the inside the waistband holster with the metal clip. So come on in and let's get started. Alright, on the last episode, this was not dyed, but we had the pieces cut out for the metal spring clip, and I've got my dowel rod here. I believe that's a 1/4 inch dowel rod. This is my synthetic sinew to actually stitch up the holster once I get this in. So the reason I have the dowel rod is once you stitch this down, it's pretty snug to the actual holster itself. So I like to take a dowel rod. It's real soft wood and it doesn't seem to mar or scar the leather. And what I'll do is I'll just take the corner of it and just keep working it until I can get underneath that leather, and then push it side to side and work my way toward the end where the other slot is. And what that'll do is that'll stretch that out a little bit and give me that chance to get this spring clip in there. Those spring clips lock in at the end. If you could see that, see how it curves around. Let me see if I can get this dowel rod in there and open that up a little bit, make it easier for you to see. See how that curves around? So when it slides in, it actually clips in so it can't come back out. And I'll show you that here in just a second. So I'm going to take my dowel, stick it in there, and open that up so I can get my fingers in there. My finger and my thumb, and keep that open for a second as I start. And it's not easy to do, I can tell you that. I have in the past used a pair of these pliers, but I want to make sure I use the rubberized grip and not the metal part, because you can scratch these spring clips, so you don't want to do that. But you can actually stick the soft handle in there. These are a little wider than the dowel rod, and they will not scratch the clip. The farther back I slide that, the more it'll open that up, so I could start to work that in without marring up the leather. So if you need to work that a little bit to open that up, just use your dowel rod, keep stretching that a little bit till you can get it started. Again, it's designed to be good and tight because we don't want it slipping out of there, having a chance to slip out of there. And then once you can get that clip started in there, then you can just work your way down and I just wiggle it side to side as I push it in or pull it in, however you want to do it. And again, it's going to be a tight fit. And it'll go. You just have to work at it and it's going about a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch every time I push and turn, push and turn. So I'm pushing with my thumbs. I got a hold of the holster, and I'm going back and forth like this, left to right, with my thumbs as I'm pushing. And it's working its way down the holster. And I've got just a little bit left. And I'm almost there. I can take my dowel on this end and spread that apart too. As it's getting ready to come out the other end. Stretch that leather a little bit. And there, as soon as you get to the end, you feel it get through there. And the clip is almost in the locking position. It just popped in. You probably heard it. So it just popped in. Now there's no way that's going to come out of there. As you can see, it's locked in right here into the leather. If I lift that up, you can see right there how that's locked in, so it cannot come back out. And it's a tight fit. That's the way I do it. Some people may not make them that tight, but I like them that tight because I don't want it ever coming out of it. Excuse me, I don't want it ever coming out of there and being able to, if it just so happened, I don't know how it would happen, but if it just so happened that that hook part slid underneath there, I don't want that sliding out of there. So that's locked in there. That's not going anywhere. So now I can go ahead and stitch up my holster and get the pistol, and I'll wet form it before I complete it. But that's how I do the clip for the inside the waistband. Again, a little difficult to get that in there, but I mean that's not going to come out. That's going to be nice and sturdy. It's going to secure your weapon inside the waistband. So there's part 2 and the finish of how I do the spring clips for inside the waistband holster, and it clips right on your pants or your belt, and that secures it. Makes it easy to draw your weapon, and your holster doesn't come off. It secures it onto your belt. So once I stitch this up and wet form it, it'll be ready to go. So I appreciate you coming along, watching. Come back next week and we'll have another new project to start. So it's pretty cool. So look forward to next Thursday. So like I always say, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.